the underlying cause of this. I'm not saying that this is necessarily Amos's argument, but what do all of these features have in common? What do all these practices of exploiting the selling the righteous, exploiting the poor, and abusing girls sexually have in common? Idolatry. And that might be why laying down beside every altar on garments um, that are gained, taken in pledge, possibly just garments that are taken from the poor in a way of being repossessed or something
Yeah,
something
these
along
people
those
have
lines.
debts or whatnot. They can't cover
Yeah,
what they
yeah.
owe, which
Take
in many of these cases they the reason they owe in the first place is probably unrighteous. And
it's a
so
compounding. Yeah,
so it's yeah, these even their clothes are repossessed.
yeah.
So the fact that the those in power possess these garments in the first place is and then use them they've taken everything
Yes.
from those that they could, and then they use this unrighteous wealth or these unrighteous object or these objects that were gained unrighteously. They use them for even more unrighteous purposes.
Yes, and the idea there of laying down beside every altar is shorthand for the absolute hypocrisy of outward religion, of giving a public face of being deeply religious and devoted, yet privately um, having a heart turned away from the Lord and publicly oppressing the righteous and the poor and women and worshiping, laying down beside every altar on garments that are gained by merciless and selfish means. So, what is it? It's just religious hypocrisy. And perhaps that's the deepest unifying feature of all of these. Perhaps that's why it's saved as the fourth and climactic expression here, because those problems that are social and personal, those horizontal abuses are rooted in what? A perversion of the vertical relation to God. And so this fourfold description of sin shows that the hearts of those in Israel had fundamentally abandoned true religion. Their hearts were darkened, their practices were cruel, their worship was a facade designed to promote their own reputations and line their pockets. This is really a kind of preview of precisely what Jesus rebuked the Pharisees for doing, I
Right.
think, Camden.
Oh, sure.
And so it's an exposure of hearts that are not simply breaking the law of God. If you just read collective national sin, you think, oh, they're breaking God's law. Yes, that's true, but they're doing it in order to advance themselves in the promotion of a purely external religion that if you look up just underneath it, it's full of dead men's bones and everything unclean, to pull lines from what Jesus said about the Pharisees.